Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, classmates. This is Jordana Tejada, and I am your reporter for today. And my assigned topic would be parallelism. Parallelism. Balance is K. In grammar, parallelism is also known as parallel structure or parallel construction. Is a balance within one or more sentences of a similar phrases or clauses that have the same grammatical structure. The application of parallel affects readability and make text easier to process. So here are the uses of parallelism: to coordinate elements in a series, to pair ideas, to enhance coherence, and to organize lists. Parallelism: by balancing in items in a sentence, you will make the sentence clearer and easier to read. And of course, not just easier to read, but of course easier to understand. So this is one of the example. My job includes checking inventory, initiating orders, and to call the suppliers. So it's balanced, right? Because it's related to one business. It's related with business. Checking inventory is business, initiating order is business, and calling the suppliers is also business or related to business. All right, so another example for this one. The first one should be the correct example of parallelism, while the second one is not. The first one should be I want apple and apple and apple, while the second one is I want apple and orange. So there's a difference, right? Remember, parallelism is balancing. So this I still have another example here just to make more than easier. So this is the correct one, the faulty one. The example: at the garden store, Larissa bought plastic flamingos, ceramic gnomes, and a mermaid. So the error here is the mermaid, right? Since the two example, the plastic flamingos and ceramic gnomes, are being related to each other, they are both like those are you need to display on the gardens, or you can actually put this one on the fish aquarium. And then the mistake here is the mermaid. What mermaid are trying to say the sentence. So these are the correct example to make it or to make the example related to each other. So the parallel example would be at the garden store, Larissa bought plastic flamingos, ceramic gnomes, and concrete mermaid. Concrete mermaid, guys, yun kung parang ano tawag dito? Parang yung cement ba na mermaid good nga ginagamit pang display, tapos ito namang gnomes yung parang mga dwarfs good, like related talaga siya sa seas or silang tatlo pwedeng i-display doon sa isang aquarium, like or all of them are being related to each other. So for the parallel example, it's now clear that what mermaid are trying to say or trying to let the sentence explain to it. Alright, using parallelism, all items listing two or more words, phrases, or clauses need to be written in the same grammatical structure. Example: balances a noun with a noun, a phrase with a phrase, a clause with a clause. So another example, guys. Many people are interested in combat when they read about it at home, study about it in school, or watching it on television. Well, when we revise it to parallel structure, the sentence became many people are interested in combat when they read about it at home, study about it in school, or watch it on television. Using parallelism with pairs. When two ideas are included, they must be parallel. Tourists enjoy viewing air shows on military bases and to examine displays of armor in museums. Well, if we revise it to parallel structure, the sentence becomes tourists enjoy viewing air shows on military bases and examining armor displays in museum. Another one, guys. Put word link by coordinating conjunction in parallel form. Here's the example. The martial arts stress the study of hand technique and how to kick. While we're going to revise it to parallel structure, remember, guys, we need to make a sentence easier to read and easier to understand. And when we say easier to read and understand, that it doesn't mean that we need to palitin natin yung word to make it more easier to understand. It may be actually same numbers of, palitin natin ang sentence to make it easier to understand. It can be same number of words, but it more than easier to understand. So when we revise it to parallel, here is the sentence. The martial arts stress strengthening and strengthening the hands and feet. So first example, the first example might use a lot of word, while the second example uses few words, but it has the same thoughts and meaning, right? Because parallel making the sentence easier to understand and to read, and balancing also. Alright, checking for parallelism. So from this one, guys, let's check or let's try another example. I have prepared examples here. Parallelism review exercises. Judge whether the following sentence is correct. People accused him of being a technician and that he was a fraud. So if you were to ask if you were to revise the sentence into the parallel structure, guys, how would you revise it? Because if I were to revise it, I will make it this way. He was being accused as being fake magician and a scam. But I have another answer here. I actually tried to research it also just to make sure that I have the correct one. Here, people accuse him of being magician and a fraud. So this is actually the correct one. While my answer is he was accused as a fake magician and a scam. Another one, guys. Today's hypnosis is used in dentistry and obstetric and when having minor surgery. So when we revise it to parallel structure, this should be the sentence. Today hypnosis is used in dentistry and obstetrics and in minor surgery. And I think that would be it. Thank you for your time and thank you for listening.